Hey, it's Ubu. The swarm is calling your name. To join us, hit subscribe. Alright, so I realized earlier I was not recording like I should have been to get here, but this is Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition Part 7. This is going to be the last part. If you wanted to catch up, I have a playlist that you can go check out to watch all of this that I've done in order, all the way up to here. So in the last episode, we ended up being basically in the flooded hotel scenario. So I've done that, and like I said, I didn't realize I wasn't recording, and I saved here earlier. So, sorry, I'm a little upset by that. So, all you missed was me just running around the flooded hotel a little bit, and I found the radio sort of thing in the reading room, which describes and has a little scene of James talking to the doctor about Mary and not being able to save her. And James being very upset about that. And then also found this book in the reading room, which we will read real quick just for, the hell of it. It says, "Speak, I am the Crimson One. The lies and the mist are not they, but I. You all know that I am one. Yes, and the one is I. Believers, hearken to me. 20 score men and 7,000 beasts. Heed my words and speaketh them to all, that they shall ever be obeyed even under the light of the proud and merciless sun. I shall bring down bitter vengeance upon thee, and thou shalt suffer my eternal wrath. The beauty of the withering flower and the last struggles of the dying man, they are my blessings. Thou shalt ever call upon me, and all that is me in the place that is silent. O proud fragrance of life, which flies towards the heart, O cup which brims with the whitest of wine, it is in thee that all begins." So basically, I think it's describing like these things, like the white chrism and the obsidian goblet. There's like a different ending you can get with those items, which is not the ending I will be getting. Just wanted to share that real quick. Yeah, that scream is crazy. Then it is...
I was weak.
Oh, never mind.
That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins. But that's all over now. I know the truth. Now it's time to end this.
We're gonna frickin' murder Pyramid Head. If you don't know, my playthrough has been normal difficulty for combat and hard difficulty for riddles. Forgot to mention that earlier, because I'm a little flustered. But we're gonna finish this game up and see what ending we get. I've been working towards a particular one. Because the last time I played this, I got the leave ending. Ah! Oh no! Oh shit. Okay, here we go. You gotta run really far away. Alright, here we go. So you can just go up in the inventory. Wow. I figured that out. I'm flustered. Okay, let me chill out. I figured that out earlier, where in the inventory you can just go up to your gun and reload it, instead of like, where's my gun? All the way through my items. I don't know why I never realized that. The more you know. I'm being kind of risky here. with how much health I have. But I ain't scared. I wonder how they're gonna do boss fights differently in the remake. I can't imagine they'll keep them where you just run around in circles and shoot bosses until you win. I wouldn't mind if they're still simple like that, though. I don't want any quick time events or anything stupid like that. I'd much prefer this style. Oh, shit. Ah! Pardon my French. But yeah, that was one thing I did had in mind when playing this again, was trying to have a fresh memory of the game for the remake, even though the remake probably won't come out till like another 6 months from now or something. But you can always come back and watch my playthrough. Oh, he's cutting me off. Ah! This boss fight's a little weird. I don't really know why they just went with the, I like the idea of there being 2 pyramid heads. I don't really understand the reasoning for that. Some kind of duality of man situation or something, or... maybe they're punishing me for Mary and Maria at this point. I don't know. Ew. Okay, so they're carrying... Pyramid Head won't move anymore. It looks like he's holding something. I got a scarlet egg. So he has these 2 different eggs for some reason. Also kind of weird that he called them Pyramid Head. I guess he's... oh yeah, he does reference that, I guess, in the hotel at the beginning of the game, where he's like... some red pyramid thing, or he reads it in a note. I already forgot. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. I think it's interesting that the Pyramid Head name is actually spoken, rather than it being like a code word, or like a name you'd only see like in a book about the game or something. Okay, well, we defeated Pyramid Heads. Yeah, wait, whoops. Okay, so we go this way. Unfortunate.
Mary?
What do you want, James?
I'll wait.
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here. Leave me alone already. I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they'd just kill me. But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me. They want to keep me alive. Are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back. James, wait. Please don't go. Stay with me. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please, James. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not going to die. Help me.
Well, damn, that's really freaking sad. It's unfortunate that my recording screwed up on me, because it's hard to have, like... I'm not gonna, like, redo my reactions to all of this. I feel like it just comes across so fake. Anyways, I will share that... I think it's interesting that Mary, in the end of her sort of struggle with her disease, was just so, like, spiteful and mean. But it's like, someone going through something like that, you can't really imagine it. Just how terribly like they feel, either feeling like a burden or just sort of trying to come to the realization that your life is ending, and it can be very overwhelming. And she took that out on James, it seems. And James seems to have tried to stay with it, like bringing her flowers and stuff, but of course he was also very frustrated, being unable to be intimate with his wife. And a lot of people try to do the whole like sexual frustration. That's why there's nurses and stuff. I don't even know if it's really just like sexual or if it's just like just intimacy, like being able to like hold her and like just be in love again or show love to one another physically without it being sexual is what I mean. And she, yeah, because she's so just distraught and, overwhelmed, which is understandable. And James took it upon himself to almost mercy kill her. Just really unfortunate. But deep down, he knew that he was doing it mostly for selfish reasons. There's sort of a juxtaposition there on like, am I really helping her or am I only doing it for myself because I'm tired of dealing with her? And maybe it's both. I don't know. Very fascinating. The other thing that we didn't see because of my recording messing up or not recording at all is we did run back across Angela earlier, and she was on a staircase that was engulfed in flames. And we had another little conversation between James and Angela that took place where she thought we were her mother at first, and then asked, like, "Oh, you're gonna save me," and started getting really kind of mean with us. But there's a whole lot of things that happened to Angela regarding her family and her father and her brother abusing her. So that's why she has such a, fearful reaction to us throughout the game, because we're a man and we remind her, or being a man is like very similar sort of, it's almost like a strange like auto reaction that she has, like involuntary reaction to seeing a man, because it's like her own father and brother did those things to her. So when she sees a man like even James, who she doesn't even know, she's like terrified of him. But in the last conversation we had, she seemed to basically have accepted her fate in a sad way, almost claiming that she deserved what happened to her, which is absolutely not true. Nobody deserves to go through that. And then James says, "Man, it's hot as hell in here." And then she says, "Oh, you see it too? For me, it's always like this." So basically her world is like always on fire, which is so sad and terrifying and terrible. Anyways, I thought I'd share that. You're probably familiar with it, but if not, I recommend going to look up that scene because it's one of the best scenes in the whole game, in my opinion. Anyways, we'll continue on. All right, here we go. These steps are kind of hard to get up. Kind of get snagged on them. Ah. Come on. Come on. Get up the stairs. Oh, man.
Mary?
Wrong again. Mary's dead. You killed her.
Yeah, so?
Maria?
Just kidding.
Maria, I'm done with you.
What do you mean? But I can be yours. I'll be here for you forever. And I'll never yell at you or make you feel bad.
Too late.
That's what you wanted.
Now I understand. The problem is, you're not Mary.
Finally realized it.
No, James. I won't let you. I'll never let you have your Mary back.
Good Lord. Ah! My ears. That's so loud. Come on. Ah, damn it. Oh, crap. Ah! Oh no! I need to heal. Oh! Let's shoot her a whole bunch until she dies. Ah! The boss battles are kind of funny. I did not mean to use the first aid kit. I didn't want to do that. Stop it! No! Ah! Get off of me! Okay, let's see if we can reload. All right. Out of bullets. We're going to the shoddy. Run away! Oh, man. I'm not very good at this boss fight. Let's see, where... Now, these things get me every time. They sound like bats, but they look like moths. It's kind of weird. No! Alright. Please leave me alone, for God's sake. I'm not... We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We got her. Take that.
James.
Shut up, Maria. Take that. Oh my gosh. He's so mean.
Mary?
Mm-mm.
James.
Great music.
Forgive me.
I told you that I wanted to die, James. I wanted the pain to end.
That's why I did it, honey. I just couldn't watch you suffer. No. That's not the whole truth. You also said that you didn't want to die. The truth is, part of me hated you for taking away my life.
You killed me, and you're suffering for it. It's enough, James.
Hmm.
Mary?
James.
Damn. That is super sad, dude.
Now I understand. the real reason I came to this town. I wonder, what was I afraid of? Without you, Mary, I've got nothing. Now we can be together.
In my restless dreams,
Hmm.
I see that town,
I got that ending. I got the in water ending.
Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most. Especially you, James. That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing.
That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James.
Hmm.
James, you made me happy.
Hmm. What a well-written, sad letter. Good Lord. I'll talk more about that in just a moment. This is the enhanced edition credits and everything for all the people who worked on the project or are continuing to work on it. All right, these are our game results. Go to level hard, right? Ending clear, I don't know what it means, 2 out of 4 plus 1. We got in water. We beat it in 5.5 hours. 275 items. Defeated enemies by shooting 10 and by fighting 62. Really? Holy crap. Boat stage time 1 minute 50 seconds. Total damage 1232, 5 or 6 stars. Whatever that means. I already saved over this. I'll save this one again. You know, that's back when I skipped all of the credits at the end when I realized I wasn't recording. But now that we know I got in water, that's pretty cool. I was going for in water after a while. I kept saying I didn't really care throughout the playthrough, but I've already gotten the leave ending, which now I realize I guess getting different endings. I assume she reads her letter every time. I'm not sure about like the dog ending and stuff like that, which are just like kind of joke endings, but yeah, there's a few other endings which I probably won't be getting anytime soon. Maybe I will if you really want me to. I'll go back and revisit this and try it out in a later date. I want to just say I really like that letter at the end. And I think the letter is, the way it's constructed is very poignant on it being more probably related to the leave ending, telling James to go on with his life and to live for himself. And I'm not in the camp, and I don't argue about what ending is the true canon ending. I believe whatever ending you enjoy the most or prefer the most is your canon ending. Because James being able to have sort of different endings for him, his own story, you can decide that for yourself. That's what's fun about games like this. If I had to choose one that I think would be the most relative to a canon ending, I think it would be the leave ending. And I only say that now because I've always thought that the letter being worded the way it was, I think leans more towards leave making the most sense in terms of a canon ending. But at the end of the day, whatever is the ending you enjoy the most and what you want to use to end James' story or whatever, then that's your canon ending. I think that's great. Overall, I think Silent Hill 2 is a pretty excellent game. I have fun playing this. I like what my favorite things about it is the tone and the atmosphere and the music. Just the overall feeling of the game is absolutely just timeless. It's so dreadful and it's a very sad game. Very, very sad game. Even though there are monsters and a little bit of combat here and there, um, really at the end of the day, the game is about tragedy and about loss and dealing with just terrible things in your life. Some things maybe be more extreme than others, like of course someone that you love dying from an illness or um being assaulted and molested like Angela was by her own family. And that's like some terribly dark stuff. With Eddie, he was just dealing with basically bullying, but to a lot of people that's just as difficult to deal with. It's really terrible what people deal with sometimes, or how they handle it, or because the severity of bullying can go pretty far, very very far, to where the people will self-terminate, delete themselves from being bullied. And I think we've all experienced bullying in some manner of speaking, but some people take it to heart and they can't deal with it. And it's really tragic. I keep saying tragic because a lot of these things really are tragic. It's very sad. I think what's also great about this game is I think it handles these themes respectfully and not too on the nose, where it's just so like where they just kind of spell it out for you, to where it's not really like something that you're experiencing conveyed from the characters, that it would just be like, oh yeah, this is what's happening. But this game does a really good job of letting the characters speak their tragedies and their trauma outwards towards you as a player. Because James is very aloof and he's almost like a blank slate most of the game. So us playing as him, we're kind of like him, where it's like, whoa, what's going on with these people? But as you explore deeper and deeper into Silent Hill, I think the characters get more opportunity to convey really what they're going through, especially when like Eddie starts killing people and just kind of he's snapped. And then with Angela and the abstract daddy boss fight, you get to really see a little bit more of what's going on there. And then especially when the burning staircase where Angela is towards the end of the game. And with Laura, she just kind of like disappears, I guess, after the hotel. You see her in the leave ending, leaving the town with James. But on that ending, we don't see her at all. She's just sort of a little kid, innocently looking for her friend Mary. There's probably more to it than that. She might represent innocence in a way where everyone around her are like dealing with these horrific events. She's just like a little kid. So it's almost like saying that character preserves innocence in a sense, where even in this town, there is a place for someone like Laura. I find that to be very interesting. Overall, I think everything about this game and its conception and the way it's made and the things that I just spoke about are very well made, with extreme care and talent and forethought. I really think this game is like very, very, very well made. And shout out to the people who do the enhanced edition, and it's awesome, 60 frames per second, like true 60 frames. Everything looks great. The enhanced edition is very, very cool. You have to get yourself a CD key to even use the enhanced edition, so you have to go figure that out for yourself. There's a lot to do there, so good luck. But on the other end, I feel like some of the game's mechanics may be a little dated. It's not like it needs to be. Like the gameplay isn't necessarily the point of this game. You're kind of just like traveling. All the mechanics in this game are just in your way for you to learn the stories of the characters and what's really going on. So, like, of course, everyone says, like, the combat isn't really a big deal because it's not the point of the game, and I totally agree. The combat isn't designed to be, like, a main aspect of the game. It's not like a Dark Souls game where, like, the game is about fighting monsters or whatever, or any other sort of game like that. However, the fact that there is combat, I think it needs, like, if you're going to add something like combat, it needs to be refined in a sense, or at least have its own place in the game. And I think the combat in this game has its own place because you can run away from pretty much all the monsters in the game. And there may be different ways to do some of the boss fights. I know with Pyramid Head, the first time you encounter him in the hotel, you can wait, like run around him. You don't even have to shoot him. And then the sirens will go off and the staircase will drain and you can go down the staircase when he leaves. Other than that, I think most of the other boss fights, you kind of just have to shoot them. I could be wrong, but I think that's where the boss fights and the combat may be the weakest, is on boss fights. Sort of my point. Normal monsters running around is like whatever, but boss fights are like blocks in the game that you have to get through, and they're very simplistic. Bet that also might be the point. I'm not sure, because you are just some guy. You're not some kind. I don't want it to be an action game like where it's like, whoa, he's really badass and do like barrel rolls and like punch the shit out of people or whatever. I like that it's simplistic in nature. I'm just saying that when we see the remake, I wonder if they're going to try to make the combat still like run or gun kind of based choice, but then when you do combat, it feel maybe a little bit more visceral or something. I don't know. I don't think it needs to be changed all that much. And I think the camera, I'm using a controller. The camera for this is kind of awful, in my opinion. I like the idea of it being maybe having like more like a true like analog 3D camera, whatever they call that, in modern games now. this has like a weird where the camera is kind of locked to your character, and it does move depending on your environment. And then you can hold the left trigger on the controller and then move the camera's perspective and lock it like behind you or lock it in front of you. It's really weird. I wouldn't mind just like a regular analog camera personally. And I know the remake is going to have like over the shoulder third person kind of thing. I'm pretty sure at least. So we'll just see how that goes. Everything else about the game I think is pretty well done. I don't think there's anything else I really want to complain about because I think this game is great. I think it's an excellent game. I just think mechanically some of it feels a little odd. Moments where you're like running through that tunnel away from Pyramid Head and he like catches up and kills Maria. It's so short and brief that it's like, whoa, like what was the point of that, I guess? Yeah, I don't know. Games like this are always the best on their first playthrough. Even though playing them over and over again, you can get your mind into more of the themes a little bit. You can kind of just re-explore it over and over. And that's what's great about these games is that there's almost always something for you to find that you might have missed the first time around. However, I think this game doesn't need much of changing at all. I don't think it would kill anybody to maybe alter the camera a little bit and maybe change some of the boss fight scenarios. And I'm not asking for anything crazy over the top. But I'm just saying, I don't even know what the remake is going to be like, really. So, hell, none of us do, really. Except from the trailer, which isn't that great. But I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic about the remake. And playing this game has helped me sort of remember specific things that I would like to see emulated in the new game, in the remake. And that they show care for the story and the way it's delivered and the characters. And I would like the music to still be there the way it is originally. I'd like it to be as original as possible, with, of course, being a few minor changes. I would be totally okay with that. As long as it doesn't destroy the integrity of the story and the atmosphere and the tone the game has and its delivery, I think the remake will do just fine. But we'll just have to wait and see because yeah, you never really know until it comes out and everybody plays it. Yeah, I'm going to try not to be super critical, crazy about the remake when it does ever release. However, with my channel, you can expect me to share my honest thoughts on it. I'm not going to like beat around the bush. If I think something is kind of crap or has issues or needs some changing, I will totally tell you. But yeah, well, my final judgment for Silent Hill 2 is absolutely, I recommend it. It's one of the best games of all time. Not even just horror, it's just one of the best games of all time. Absolutely. So my final judgment for Silent Hill 2 is hell yeah, you better play it if you can. Hopefully one day we'll get better game preservation and the original games will be more accessible to everyone. I think that's what we really need to work on. Or what the game industry needs to work on is just making titles like this a lot more accessible for just everyday people rather than having to like thrift store shop and like hunt retro game stores and just pay $200 for a copy of a, PlayStation 2 copy. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. We need to work on that, like totally. Anyways, tell me what you think in the comments below of my playthrough. And if this is the only part you've watched, you're welcome to share your thoughts as well. Anyone watching, tell me what you think of this franchise or at least this game. Stick to this game. And what your thoughts are on Silent Hill 2. What are your favorite things about Silent Hill 2? What are your least favorite things about Silent Hill 2? What do you expect from the remake? Do you even like the idea of a remake? And if you want to give the remake a chance, tell me why. I'd like to hear all of those kind of things from everyone watching. I'd really like to discuss that with people. So yeah, let me know what's up. If you enjoy my content, leave a like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that fun stuff. I'd really appreciate it. Join the Swarm. If you don't know, my community is called the Swarm. That's why I named them. My subscribers and people who watch may not know that. So yeah, if you subscribe, you'll be a part of the Swarm. I think it's cool. So yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.